What's up, YouTube? Ryan back today with the Week 17 minor league recap. Let's do it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Week 17, another great week in the minor league, some awesome offensive performances, and we had a couple prospects who've been playing pretty great this whole season. That are just lower end prospects that, I think they deserve to be on this video. So we have a couple of those guys today too. So we're going to jump straight into it today. We're going to try to go pretty quick. I've been pretty bad at that lately. So we'll see if we can keep this video a little bit shorter today. If you guys like this video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anybody. As always, if there's a player I forgot in the comments that just balled out this week, put their name and stat line from Sunday to Saturday, the 22nd to the 28th in the comments below. Let's do it. Starting off with rookie ball, as always, I will just say really quick, Jordan Lawler, first rounder for the D-backs. Tore his labrum, having labrum surgery, out for the rest of the season. Super sad, but at least the short season. If he comes back 100% next year, hopefully that'll be okay. It sucks. It's awful. Labrums are actually tough to come back from, so hopefully there's no long-term effects on that. But, if you're going to miss any time in your professional career, I think I'd pick the first 30 games of your entire career. So that sucks. I just wanted to make a note of it. Now, Marcelo Meyer, 4th overall pick in the 2021 draft this year, starting to get better. He was a little inconsistent when he first came up. Over 4 games this week, 273 batting average, 500 on base percentage, 636 slugging, 1136 OPS. He had a home run, he had a double, he had 3 hits in 4 games, he had 2 RBIs, he walked 5 times in 4 games. Love seeing that from a young player, and he stole 2 bases. So a really good week for Marcelo Meyer. Another player I want to talk about in rookie ball, Brady House. This dude crushes baseballs. He's huge. Brady House, this is his first week of professional baseball. First 4 games, 462 batting average, 533 on base percentage, 1533 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had 6 hits in 4 games. He walked twice on top of that. He was the 11th overall pick. He's 6'4", 215, just literally built like a house. I feel like I've heard that said a million times, but the dude is off to a hot start. I am not crazy about his swing. I think his swing's a little goofy, but hey, if it works, it works. Jumping straight into A-ball, Jason Dominguez leads us off over 5 games this week. Hit 333, 429 on base percentage, 984 OPS. He had his 3rd professional home run. He had a double. He had 6 hits in 5 games. He walked 3 times as well. Stole 3 bases on top of that. Just a little bit of everything. Deserves to be on the video. Next up, Reese Hines, and this is one of those players I was talking about. This is a 2nd rounder from 2019 who was injured last year, has dealt with injuries this year as well, but he's healthy again, and this guy's got crazy pop. Over 4 games this week, 333 batting average, 333 on base percentage, so no walks. 1,000 OPS, though. He had a home run, he had a triple, he had a double, he had 6 hits in 4 games, he had 2 RBIs, he stole a base. So just a solid performance from Reese Hines this week. Next up, Trey Sweeney. Plays alongside Jason Dominguez. He was the 20th overall pick in the 1st round. I think he's been on 2 videos in a row now. He's been playing some good baseball. Over 6 games this week, 364 batting average, 481 on base percentage, 1118 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, a double, 8 hits in 6 games. He walked 5 times on top of that, stole a base. He walks a lot, and I really like that about Trey Sweeney. For someone just getting drafted, the dude's getting on base at a very high rate. So I'm going to apologize really quick. For this video, there's not going to be any more highlight videos. I don't know what's wrong with Twitter right now, but it won't let me watch these videos, and I've been spending way too much time trying to fix it. I spent the last 30 minutes trying to fix it. So we're just not going to have highlight videos outside that Brady House video. I do apologize. So just hitting you with straight information here on out. So with that said, next up, Kobe Mayo, 4th rounder for the Orioles in the 2020 draft. This dude's one of those surprise players who's been very good all year. Over 5 games this week in A-ball, 316 batting average, 435 on base percentage, 1119 OPS. He had 2 home runs, 6 hits in 5 games. He walked 4 times on top of that and stole a base. This is a player that's becoming very intriguing. He's 6'5", 215, gigantic kid with a lot of power. He's been very good this year, and he's on my radar for sure. Stinks for baseball card collectors. He only has an autograph, so no base cards or anything. But hey, that dude's good. Next up, Patrick Bailey. Patrick Bailey, he got put into high A immediately after he was drafted. He was the 13th overall pick in the 2020 draft. He struggled this year, and they brought him back down to low A, and he's been on fire since. Definitely the best move by that Giants organization to bring him down, to build his confidence back up. Over 6 games this week, 440 batting average, 462 on base percentage, 1222 OPS. He had a home run. He had 5 doubles. He had 11 hits in 6 games. He walked once on top of that. Just a really solid week. Really solid. He looks good at the low A level. Maybe he's going to get moved up to high A again with that higher confidence level. I think it was a great move bringing him down. Next up, Zach Veen, 9th overall pick in the 2020 draft. Can't get this guy off videos in the second half of the season. He's been ridiculously good. Over 5 games this week, 389 batting average, 455 on base percentage, 1232 OPS. He had a home run. He had a triple. He had 2 doubles. He had 7 hits in 5 games. He walked 3 times on top of that, and he stole a base. Zach Veen is super good at baseball. I put him inside my top 10 when ranking my top 50 hitting prospects. I like so much about Zach Veen. I think he's going to absolutely kill it in Colorado once he gets to the pros. Showing a lot of upside. Hopefully he gets promoted to high A here very soon. Next player up, Robert Hassell, and he got promoted to high A finally. It was just announced this morning, so very happy about that. But the rest of this is going to be in low A, all these stats this week. So over 5 games this week in low A, 455 batting average, 478 on base percentage, 1387 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had 4 doubles, 10 hits in 5 games, 12 RBIs this week. He had a walk and he stole a base. So Robert Hassell is someone that has just blown up low A all year. Definitely deserving of being promoted. Was hoping it would be earlier, but hey, he's finally going up to high A. They're continuing that progression. Robert Hassell is an absolute all-star this year. Like, he is awesome. He is definitely living up to that 8th overall pick in the 2020 draft. And our MVP this week, and this is awesome to see, Ed Howard. He was a 16th overall pick in the 2020 draft. Over 6 games this week, 529 batting average, 625 on base percentage, 1,000 slugging percentage, 1625 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had 2 doubles, 9 hits in 6 games. He had 4 walks on top of that. This is a player, when he got drafted, like, I thought Ed Howard had a chance to be the best high school player drafted. He is extremely athletic, has all the tools. He just hasn't been able to put them together consistently this year. These are the type of numbers he can produce. Ed Howard, I'm very excited for the Cubs organization, and if he starts trending up, like, sky's the limit for Ed Howard. I really like him as a player. Definitely deserves MVP this week. Anytime you hit over 500, probably end up being MVP. Awesome week. Moving into high A, Nick Gonzalez is someone I thought would end up on the video this week, and he did. Over 5 games this week, 320 batting average, 370 on base percentage, 1050 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had 3 doubles, 8 hits in 5 games. He walked twice, stole a base. Nick Gonzalez is getting hot. He is becoming more consistent every single day at that high A level. Love to see it. Next up, Jordan Walker. Super happy to see this. You know, Jordan Walker, he got moved to high A at the start of July, and he's been good, but he hasn't been like Jordan Walker good from what he did in low A this season at the start of the year. Like, he was the best hitter on the face of the planet. But this is exciting. He had an awesome week this week. Over 5 games, 350 batting average, 409 on base percentage, 1059 OPS. He had a home run. He had a triple. He had a double. He had 7 hits in 5 games. He had 2 walks on top of that, and he stole 2 bases. I want to get used to that, but hey, he stole 2 bases this week. Love to see it. Jordan Walker definitely heating up at the high A level. Next player up, Bretton Doyle. This is a player that I like a lot. I've liked a lot. You know, he's been a little underwhelming this season. He really has. A little inconsistent for my likings. But this week, I think he's a little breakout week here. He's been okay. Like, I think he's hit like 270 on the season, but like, I was expecting him to like 315 this year-ish. But this week was awesome. Over 7 games, 333 batting average, 333 on base percentage. Love to see him walk more. But he had a 11-11 OPS. He had 4 home runs. He had 9 hits in 7 games. He had 8 RBIs. He stole a base. 4 home runs in a week for Bretton Doyle is insane. I would not expect that, and that's definitely why he's on this video this week. I don't know what to say anymore. Nick York is insanely hot right now offensively. The dude just gets on base. He got moved to high A like 2 weeks ago, and he still is like one of the hottest players on the planet Earth. Over 5 games this week, 409 batting average, 480 on base percentage, 1071 OPS. He had a home run. He had a double. He had 9 hits in 5 games. He walked 3 times on top of that. Dude is really good. He's extremely good. I wish I could have shown his home run. He had my favorite home run of the week. Look it up if you can find it. It was demolished. I wish I could show it. It was so good. But Nick York's awesome. Almost won MVP. He won MVP 2 weeks ago. He was runner-up last week, and now he's runner-up again. The dude is so good. And our MVP this week, Ronnie Mauricio. This makes my heart happy because Ronnie Mauricio has been a disappointment with a capital D this year. Just hasn't been consistent. This week he showed some consistency and he actually walked a couple times. Over 6 games he hit 400 with a 500 on base percentage, 1200 OPS. He had a home run, he had a triple, he had a double, he had 8 hits in 6 games. He walked 4 times, he stole 2 bases. This is the Ronnie Mauricio I want to see. Like, I am fine if he only hits 1 home run. He has hit a bunch of home runs that I didn't expect this year. I see him as like a 15 home run a year guy. Like, I don't see him with a lot of power, but like a very good hitter and a tough out. And that's what he was this week. Love to see it. Love to see it, Ronnie Mauricio. Keep it up. Jumping into AA, Miguel Vargas leads us off this week. Dude has been one of the most consistent players this entire year. Over 6 games this week, 364 batting average, 440 on base percentage, 985 OPS. So not a lot of extra base hits. He had a home run. He had a double. He had 8 hits in 6 games. 3 walks on top of that. Stole a base. Miguel Vargas has been awesome. This dude, I don't know what to say anymore. The dude has raked at every level, and it seems like he's going to keep on raking. It's going to be someone as a D-backs fan I'm just get annoyed of as a Dodger because he's going to probably just destroy my Diamondbacks for the next 15 years. Like, the dude is awesome. Next up, Bubba Thompson, and this is another one of those prospects that snuck their way into this week's video, and someone I think we should be tracking a little bit more on because he has had a good year at AA. Plays for AA Frisco. He's in that Rangers organization. He was their first round pick back in 2017. This is a player that, you know, he was a football player. He chose baseball instead of football. 6'2", 197, so big kid. He had an awesome week. Over 6 games this week, 417 batting average, 440 on base percentage, 1065 OPS. He had a home run. He had 2 doubles. He had 10 hits in 6 games. Didn't walk at all. Wish he would have. He got beaned once, but he stole 2 bases. Bubba Thompson, he's someone I like a lot, and I really liked him back in 2017. He's dealt with some injuries. Hey, hopefully this is the upward trend for Bubba Thompson. J-Rod's back in the U.S., so just expect him to be on every single recap for the rest of the year because that is how good he is. This week, over 6 games, 421 batting average, 621 on base percentage, 1094 OPS. He didn't hit any home runs. He only had 1 extra base hit, which was a double. He had 8 hits in 6 games. The man walked 9 times in 6 games this week. He got beaned once. He stole 5 bases on top of that. He's the best player in the minor leagues. Get used to seeing his face again. He was playing in the Olympics, so he missed a good amount of minor league time this year, but it hasn't slowed him down. He's unreal. He's so freaking good at baseball. Next up, Sam Huff. Sam Huff has the most power in the minor leagues, and that is without question anymore. The dude has hit 2 home runs over 500 feet this year. He has like 3 more home runs over 475 feet. The dude is ridiculous. Over 4 games this week, 353 batting average, 389 on base percentage, 1271 OPS. He had 3 home runs. He had 6 hits in 4 games. He walked once on top of that. If Sam Huff ever finds consistency hitting, which has always been his struggle, he strikes out a lot. Like even this week, he struck out 9 times in 18 plate appearances, 50% of the time. If he ever learns to be consistent offensively, like this dude would hit 70 home runs. That's how crazy his power is. Will it ever happen? Probably not. But his power is nuts and he deserves to be on the video. And for the 2nd week in a row, Bryson Stott is our AA MVP. I probably could have given it to J-Rod now that I'm thinking about it. The dude had a 621 on base percentage, but Bryson Stott had a much better OPS, almost 300 points higher than J-Rod. So that's why I gave it to Bryson Stott. He had a 481 batting average with a 500 on base percentage, 1278 OPS over 6 games this week. He hit 2 home runs. They were in back-to-back games. He now has 15 on the season. He had 13 hits in 6 games. He had 2 walks on top of that. He stole a base. Bryson Stott has been raking lately. This dude, I mean, he should get moved to AAA pretty soon. I'm hoping maybe even get some at-bats with the Phillies at the end of the year. Bryce Harper has taken him under his wing. The dude is just really good at baseball. He is. He's a little older at 23, but very strong prospect. Moving into AAA this week, Bobby Witt Jr. has been awesome. He continues to be awesome at AAA. Over 6 games this week, 323 batting average, 344 on base percentage, 1053 OPS. He had 3 home runs, so he has 28 home runs this year now. He had 3 doubles. He had 10 hits in 6 games. He had 10 RBIs in 7 games. He walked once. He stole 2 bases. I would love to see Bobby Witt Jr.'s on-base percentage higher, but if you're going to keep hitting bombs, just keep hitting bombs, Bobby. The dude is so good. It's ridiculous. Next up, Nick Pratto, teammate of Bobby Witt Jr. And check this out. Nick Pratto over 7 games this week, 321 batting average, 387 on-base percentage, 1244 OPS. He had 4 home runs, he had a triple, he had a double, he had 9 hits in 7 games. He had 10 RBIs too. He's on the same team. How many runs did this team score this week? It was ridiculous. And he's not even the last player from that team that we're talking about this week. Absolutely ridiculous. He had 2 walks on top of that. The dude struck out 14 times this week, which is unreal. But still, to put up those numbers, very impressive. He got beaned once. Awesome week for Nick Pratto. 4 home runs, definitely deserving. That team rakes in AAA for the Royals. Next player up, Oscar Gonzalez. This is a player that fits into that, prospect that we probably should have been tracking this year. He's been super good. And, I have been tracking him, but I've been keeping him off my recaps because, he's not very hyped up. He's not a top prospect, but I'm putting him on my videos now. He's too good not to. Look at his season stats. 322 batting average, 358 on base percentage, 922 OPS. He has 22 home runs and 21 doubles. Oscar Gonzalez has been very good this year, and he's just doing it again this week. Over 6 games, 360 batting average, 448 on base percentage, 1248 OPS. He had 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 9 hits in 6 games. He walked 3 times on top of that, got beaned once. The dude hits. And he is a legitimate top prospect for this Indians organization now. Next up, Kyber Ruiz. He's been on a lot of our videos the past month and a half. Kyber Ruiz, over 6 games this week, 360 batting average, 407 on base percentage, 1287 OPS. He had 4 home runs, a double. He had 9 hits in 6 games. He walked twice on top of that. I just hope the Nationals bring him up because he deserves it. He's been destroying AAA all year. The dude rakes. Next up, Nolan Jones had his best week of the year. He had an awesome week this week. Over 6 games, 455 batting average, 536 on base percentage, 1308 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had a double. He had 10 hits in 6 games. He walked 5 times on top of that. The dude is very good offensively. I put him inside my top 10 because I really do believe in Nolan Jones. Like I said in my prospect video, I think he just had something wrong with his swing. And these are weeks I can see him putting up. He gets on base a ton. He can hit for power. The dude is very good offensively, and that's why I had him inside my top 10. Surprisingly enough, I didn't get that much hate for it, so I'm happy to see him do awesome this week. And our third AAA Royals player this week, MJ Melendez. How many runs does this team score? It's ridiculous. Over 6 games this week, MJ Melendez, 313 batting average, 522 on base percentage, 1334 OPS. He had 2 home runs. One of them was mashed. Look it up. He had a triple. He had 5 hits in 6 games. He had 7 walks on top of that. He stole a base. I won't get used to that either. But man, that AAA Omaha team for the Royals, they hit between Melendez, Pratto, and Witt. Oh my. Very good. Our runner-up this week and very close MVP choice for me, Alec Thomas, 500 batting average, 579 on base percentage, 1454 OPS over 4 games this week. He had a home run, he had a triple, he had a double, he had 8 hits in 4 games. He walked twice, he got beaned once, he stole a base. Just a lot of everything this week. He hit 500 this week. This is his second week in AAA. He hit his first AAA home run. Just an incredible performance for Alec Thomas. I love it. And our MVP this week, and I ended up giving it to him because he had the highest OPS, and he played more games than Alec Thomas, and that was why I made that decision. Lewin Diaz, he's 24 years old, so he is on the older side. 6'4", 217. Massive left-handed bat for the Marlins. Over 5 games this week, 421 batting average, 476 on base percentage, 1476 OPS with that 1,000 slugging percentage. He had 3 home runs. He had 2 doubles. He had 8 hits in 5 games. He walked twice on top of that. The dude is very good. His ceiling is very high. I'm excited to see if he ever figures it out at the MLB level because every time this dude connects on a home run, it goes 460 feet. The dude has crazy power. He has an awesome swing. His home runs are majestic. They're so fun to watch. He's an exciting prospect. He's 24 years old. He looks like he's 18, but the dude can hit. He wins MVP for me. He deserved it. That's going to do it for this week's minor league recap. A ton of really fun offensive performances. I am going to be making my monthly pitchers recap here soon, so all you pitchers lovers, get ready. That should be out later this week. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anyone. Again, name and stat line for the week in the comments below. So both myself and whoever is watching this video can just scroll down and see who else played well. So Thank you all for watching. You have a great rest of your day. See ya.